Tuesday, where I take one ingredient and use it for two reasons. My name is Sarah Manaresi, and this is
Joshua. I'm sitting, by the way.
Joshua, who's sitting, by the way. And today we are going to teach you how to make our own pumpkin. Now,
There you go.
thanks.
Don't drop
You
it
always
right
have to
off.
be careful when your child's holding a knife. So we're going to leave that right there for a second. So let's talk about pumpkin first of all. My tradition of doing this every year for the past, I don't know, decade or two, comes from when I was reading the can labels, and they all said, well, not all of them, but a lot of them said they were from squash and not from pumpkin. And this is a little tricky because pumpkins are technically part of the squash family, but if you want to guarantee that yours comes from a round, orange squash or pumpkin, you have to kind of do it yourself unless you can find a really great brand that says pumpkin on it. So that's kind of how I started doing this before you were born. And it's actually really easy. We went to our local farm. You can go to your grocery store. We picked up a pumpkin. There were a lot of varieties of pumpkins, weren't there? Were they big and little?
Some of them were ginormous, some of them were medium, and some of them were teeny tiny, actually like that small.
That's right.
And some of them were like white too.
And some of them were white too. So one thing to note is that this is a very large pumpkin to be cooking with, and I get that. Usually you see those small ones called sugar pumpkins, and the reason why they're called sugar pumpkins is because when pumpkins are nice and little, they have more sugar content in them. Just kind of like how little sweet peppers are sweeter than their bigger ones because they're smaller and so has a higher sugar content to them.
Same here.
Same here. You're short and sweet. There you go.
That's why I'm so crazy.
Okay, there you have it. The reasons why your children are crazy is because they're short and sweet. So I find personally, because this comes from a farm, I don't find much of a difference. Totally up to you. This is how you can do pretty much any pumpkin that you want. So I invested in a pumpkin knife. I guess it was last year because I'm known for not having, I get creative with my knife skills, and I've never chopped off a finger or anything like that, but I know it's not the safest thing to do. And I got tired of dulling my knives. And so I bought one specifically for a pumpkin. I do have a metal glove. This is about, I forgot where I got it. I think at the local grocery store, less than 10 bucks. And I have a metal glove, also less than 10 bucks, just to be on the safe side. You don't necessarily need to take off the stem. I don't think, sometimes they come off easily and sometimes they don't. And this is why I wear a metal glove in case if I slip. I have not been known to set the house on fire. Seriously, I haven't set the house on fire with the stem still being attached. I think I just do it because I just do it. But I'm not going to bore you with that detail. I can take it off after we finish talking. But basically, it snaps off like that, and you dump it in there. So there's still a little bit there. It's not going to hurt anything. And then you just take the knife, and you want to go this way, not this way. We're going to cut it in.
Killer.
I'm a pumpkin killer, ha 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 ha. But as you can see, this is a really great knife for this because with a normal knife, this would take me a really long time. What is that?
It's a really good spoon for this.
It is a really good spoon for it. So, and this knife is also great. I know one of my favorite chefs is Alton Brown, and he talks about not having too many things in your kitchen, having lots of multitaskers. This one works great with spaghetti squash. And as you can tell, I can't see how far around I'm going. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight or anything like that. You just want to get the thing in half. As long as your two ends up being the same, it's fine, because this is going to cook like a dome. But I've used this for spaghetti squash, anything that you're really finding tough to cut, and you know, you could probably actually use this to do your pumpkin carving as well. Yes, Mr. Joshua.
Why do we need this in here?
We don't. That's our throw out bowl. And so the inside of pumpkin.
Ew.
It's stringy. And, oh, another tip. This stuff gets super sticky. Don't wear rings. Don't wear bracelets. Don't wear anything of value. I'm even going to take my watch off at the moment because it sticks to everything. And the kids like this part a whole lot.
No, I don't. It smells disgusting.
Well, I didn't say it smelled disgusting. It's just fun to scrape it out.
Can I scrape it out?
You can scrape it out. So
we're throwing everything in there.
We're going to throw everything in there. Now, you can save the seeds. If you want, toss them in a little bit of oil, put them in the oven.
Why use this in here?
Because I don't want to make the seeds. Is that okay? If you chose, because
you said throw everything in here.
Yes. Take all that out and put it in that bowl.
Yeah, but you said, why is this here then?
Because that's everything that's going in this bowl is going in the trash.
So we're taking all of this stuff out.
We're taking all the stuff out.
Okay,
all the
so
stringy
all the stuff is bad stuff.
Right. Now you can keep the seeds if you want to. Take all the stringy stuff off of them, rinse them, toss them in some vegetable oil, olive oil, whatever kind of oil you have on hand. Probably coconut oil would work well. A little bit of salt, put it in the oven and low and slow and roast them. I'm the only one who really likes to eat pumpkin seeds and I don't need to eat this many, hence I'm not bothering with it today. But basically I take a nice metal spoon. Joshua has a pumpkin scooper. And you just want to scrape all the stringy, yucky stuff because this part you're not going to want to eat ever. The stringy stuff especially. How's that working for you?
Disgusting.
Disgusting. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is eventually take all this out, put it in.
Use a knife to cut some stuff.
No, but you can use my metal spoon instead. Would that make you happier?
Yes,
Okay, that'll make you happier. So basically, you're going to set your oven to 325 degrees.
This isn't working.
Joshua, just try. Then use your hands. It's kind of fun.
No!
No, it's not going to hurt you.
I'm not touching that.
So anyway, you stick your oven at 325 degrees once you get all this nice stringy stuff out of here. I'm just going to show you what I eventually do. And you're going to have a nice big sheet pan like this. Sometimes, depending on the size of your pumpkin, you're going to have to do this in 2 batches. And basically, you're just going to take it. Oh, I did wash it before doing this just to get some of the dirt off. You flip it over just like that, and you put it in the oven. Super complicated, right? You're going to put it in the oven for about an hour. Sometimes it takes like an hour and a half. It just really depends on the size. And it's done when you can put a fork kind of through the top and it's nice and soft. Don't worry, you can't really overcook it and mess it up. Now, and you really you can't mess it up. So when it's done, you want to take your oven mitts and carefully flip it over because it is super hot and steamy, and you're just gonna let it cool a little bit. And then this will all be nice and cooked in the middle. You're gonna take the same spoon or a different spoon and scrape out all the stuff that's in here, minus, I mean, obviously you don't want the shell, but all this is now nice and soft. And then you take either your food processor or if you have something like a Vitamix, and you're just gonna pulse it until it becomes a nice, smooth texture. And what I like to do is I like to then take all that after it's cooled down. I do make a pumpkin pie. But I like to take all of that, I like to let it cool off for a little bit, and then I take them in 2-cup measuring increments, and I put them in Ziploc bags that can go in the freezer, and I have pumpkin year round. And trust me, it lasts all year because I use it all year, even sometimes the day before I get a new pumpkin. Just keeping it real, folks, keeping it real. So we use them in pumpkin pie, and we use them personally in donuts. I've made a soup with them. I've made brown betties a little bit with them. What are other pumpkin things that we make with our pumpkin? Daddy makes that pumpkin jelly roll sometimes.
I have no idea.
He hasn't made it in a really long time, hence he has no idea what I'm talking about. But it's just fun, and as you can tell, most of the time they're enthusiastic, especially if they can spray their parent with all the seeds and goop. That's what makes it fun. Joshua, please don't use the knife to do that. Okay, well I can help with that part.
Ew,
see?
all over my shirt.
Ew, it's all over your shirt. Ha ha. Just kidding. See, now I sprayed myself. That's what I get for saying ha ha. So, do you have anything else to add, Mr. Josh?
Is this edible?
It will, well, yes, but it tastes a whole lot better once you cook it and break it down.
Why are there a bunch of seeds over there?
Because I flipped over the pumpkin to show them how to put it in the oven. Is that okay?
Okay.
Do you have anything else to add? I can think of something. When you're all done, you want to wash all of your utensils right away because otherwise it never comes off or you'll be scrubbing forever. And if someone else in this house does the dishes, they get mad at you when you just leave it in the sink. So, yes, that's you. You get mad at me. What are you doing? Anyway, we hope that you have fun doing this with you and your family. Apparently Joshua is done. And hopefully it becomes a tradition for you guys as well. Hope you're having a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you later. Bye!